So I love these Swan bookends that I have here that I'm about to pour, but I'm also very upset because I've been having some bad luck this week. I somehow forgot to hit the record button and didn't get the first half of me painting them, and it's a little bit depressing, to be honest, but I decided not to scrap this footage because even though it's a bummer that I don't have the first half, there's still a purpose and a point to seeing this out towards the end, and the reason for that is I'm going to show you how to do not just on the swans, but on the little mermaid mold I have there. They're tiny little mermaid trinkets. I'm going to show you how to take a resin project that's been done just with resin and mica powder, and how to kind of use mixed media and different ideas to make your existing project better. So let's get started on that, but first we need to pour this. And I've just mixed some white mica powder into my resin, and this is just going to be kind of a messy pour because it's hard to get this precise with the Dixie cup, but a reminder, since this is not primarily a painting video, mica powder painting, the reason that you're going to mix white mica powder or some base color, can be black depending on what you're doing, is because that white background is really what makes the base colors pop. If you forget to mix your mica powder into these pours and you just do a clear resin pour, it just doesn't come out good. It looks really washed out. So you want to make sure you put that little teaspoon or tablespoon, depending on how much mica you're using. It usually only takes about a teaspoon, if that, because you want all of those lovely colors to get picked up. And it looks like we've got everything poured here. Doesn't have to be 100% perfect. That stuff will dry and it will flake right off of the silicone. I may take a little bit of a toothpick here because the mermaid mold has some tiny little corners, and I want to make sure that it fills them all. There we go. Fast forward to the future. Let's see, demold, demold, demold. Yep, I'm going to have to do a little bit of sanding or trimming. Let's free the black swan. Still a little bit bendy because it's seems like it's kind of in a soft cure state. I poured this one rather late yesterday afternoon, but that's okay. It just means it's going to be easier to work with, and I'm going to go ahead and get those unneeded pieces off before they cure so solid that my scissors won't pass through them. There we go, and that gradient actually came out really nice. Really nice. I like that. Let's see here. Yeah, I see where I'm going to have to do a little bit of sanding on this regardless, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and put Mr. Black Swan here, or Mrs. Black Swan, over on the heating mat so that it can finish curing. Let's see how the mermaids came out. So far, looking pretty nice. I really do like this new little mermaid mold. I'm still not quite sure yet what my plans are for these, but all I know for right now is that they do look adorable. Need a little bit of sanding, but that's okay. Wow, those came out cute. I actually like that a lot better than the previous tiny mermaid mold I'd worked with. And if you have some kind of wire cutters, you can kind of delicately trim those edges if you prefer. It's probably quicker just to sand, but I wanted to get some of the bigger pieces taken care of. And as you can see, we have our two swan bookmarks, both, well, the one on the left going to need a little bit of sanding. Had them chilling on the heating mat for a bit, but I wanted to kind of pull them both off so that you could see how really well the gradient colors on here came out. And I may have to do another painting, maybe a jellyfish or something, since I lost the footage for this one. But let's get to the main point of this video, which is I want to show you how we're going to make these, which I think already look fantastic, look even better. Some better eyes for these guys. For example, the eyes are not really popping. What do you guys think of this? I'm sorry, I can never look at that with a straight face. It looks so dumb. So that's it, guys. That's the project. This is what we're going to see staring out from my booth in the future to give people nightmares. Oh, just because this project didn't go as I planned right away doesn't mean that we can't have a little bit of fun at it. Oh, that was the first time I was sorting eyes for this project, and I just plopped that one down. I knew it was going to look ridiculous, but I wasn't prepared. So let's try something more practical. I think this is more up the alley of what these poor swans need. And I think giving them some eyes that you can actually see, and not those tiny little indents, is going to make this look even better, really make this stand out. And you'll notice I have a slightly smaller eye for the smaller swan. That was done on purpose because I kind of want to keep them proportional. Let's go ahead and glue this down. Sometimes it's easier to use a toothpick to kind of nudge it where it needs to go, because it does slide easily and that glue does dry quickly. Let's go get the bigger eye done. Beautiful. They look so much better that way, don't they? And that's one way you can take your cured resin and make it look even better. Who's saying that the entire project has to be resin? Mixed media is fun. Take advantage. Now, what about the mermaids, you might ask? How am I going to make them look better? Their eyes, their pupils are tiny, and I don't have any plastic eyes that would easily fit on them, or not just make them look even more ridiculous than the swans, if you can imagine that. Well, the answer is we're not going to be using the plastic eyes. We're going to grab some acrylic and a paintbrush. Very carefully. Plop that onto there. And there we go. Just needed a little bit of thinking outside the box, and I don't like the way that yellow looked on there. It's too many warm colors together, so I guess these are just all going to be blue-eyed mermaids. And there you are. That looks a lot more vibrant. We can actually see the pupils now of these mermaids, and I still don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're adorable. I need to do something with them. If you have any ideas or suggestions for that, please leave a comment. And give a thumbs up if you thought these ideas and tips were useful. I know that my favorite were definitely the Swan bookends, even though they did look out of place in front of my World of Darkness collection, so I moved them next to my wuxia and shanxia Chinese high fantasy collection, and yes, I am a gigantic nerd. And now the internet knows it, but don't they look fantabulous? These will be available in my store on eBay, may even already be there by the time you watch this video, so I'm going to also link that in the description. And one of the ways that you can support me for absolutely free is by giving a thumbs up, clicking on that little bell, leaving a comment, subscribing. All of those things cost you nothing but help my small channel tremendously, and I always appreciate it. And thank you for watching my little half project here that I really wish I would have had the first half of the footage of. But no worries, I will be having a full-length mica painting video coming out after this, so stay tuned for that. And I will see you in the next art story. Bye for now.